The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, children of all ages, I'm here to announce my newly released award for passing $1 billion at the box office with my own movie. And if you're calling me a liar, God damn it, I'm not Brian Williams, or as Kendall will call him, Dan Rather.
Honey Dick, the animated series. Now that would make $1 billion. That man chuckling in the background is the big rig. I don't even know what the fuck I'm calling.
Wow, you just think some
Coconut Express.
Coconut Express. Nick Utam.
Oh God, I am now the director of Honey Dick to the animated series.
I'm art director.
Okay, that works.
And we're all producers.
I can deal with that.
And finally, Kendo Slice.
I specified the difference between Brian Williams and Dan Rather and how they were both making shit up. I got the joke. You are the fucking ignorant savages that didn't.
Hey, well,
at least you didn't say Brian Adams.
Yeah. Summer
fuck him too. Yeah. Summer of get the fuck out of here.
So, yeah, folks, we were having a big fight off air. Not really. We're all friends.
It's bled over into the show. We're never going to be the same.
No.
That's it. Last episode. That's it. Reunion tour next week.
Yeah. Now, tonight's episode it was intentionally going to be about the MCU, and we're still going to talk about Endgame and all the stuff we had planned. But we had a little detour. We had some news about the passing of Peter Mayhew, a.k.a. Chewbacca. So, let's talk about that in just a moment. I got to take care of a few housekeeping things, and then we're going to start paying some tribute to Chewbacca. So first off, shout out to The Rock. He's old. This is 47th birthday, so happy birthday to The Rock. Damn. And we would like to say welcome to all of our new subscribers. So guys, did you realize that we gained not one, not two, but over 3,000 subscribers since Monday alone?
I did. Baby, it makes me so happy to hear that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had not been looking at the subscriber count lately, and all of a sudden you told me it's like, hey, we've jumped to this much. I looked at it, it's like, holy crap, that's awesome.
Yeah,
we're coming for you, Pie Man.
Yeah. We want the gold. Shit, we do want a gold play button.
We do.
Still waiting on that silver one. No, well, we'd just like to give a shout out and tell everyone thank you for checking out all of our content. The newest Captain Marvel video, which really is not really all about Captain Marvel, is doing well. It's almost 500,000 views. So, guys out there listening in the Fandom Menace, ladies too, obviously, we just want to tell you guys thank you very much. We're very appreciative that you're helping the Fandom Menace grow to unbelievable heights. So, thank you, and welcome to all the new folks. We'd also like to talk about Patreon real quick. We had a couple new patrons while I pull that up. Kendo, would you like to tell what we recorded last night for Patreon?
Yeah, we sat down and we ranked the James Bond movies, and we went over our rankings, and they were fairly in lockstep with each other at the bottom and at the top. The middle was a little muddy, but overall, it was a great 2-hour experience that went by in a flash. Yeah,
it was a fantastic time. It was like 2 hours, so you guys are going to get a lot of bonus content, and we hope you enjoy it. Now, quick shout out to our newest patrons. First off, we'd like to say welcome and thank you to Alex, as well as Matt and Haxton. So to you three fine gentlemen, or I'm going to guess all gentlemen, welcome to the Patreon. Thank you very much, and we hope you have a lot of fun over there. Kendo and I have been working on ideas for a lot of new stuff as well, so be prepared to get World Class Bullshitters content all the time. I mean, you're getting all kinds of stuff. Out the anus. That's my 2019
out the lape.
Out the lape. Oh, God. You know what? When we have our t-shirt shop in a few weeks, we could have a t-shirt that says "out the lape" and somebody buy it.
Oh yeah, probably him. He's a mark for himself.
He'd feel honored. So
we need to get him an official Channel Dad Brian Lape shirt.
Yeah. We need to get him like Channel Dad slippers, because you know how he always wears the other slippers?
Yeah, his moccasins.
Yeah.
Do we need to get him a robe as well?
I think we do. I think we need to get him his official Channel Dad, like, fucking hotel pack. He's got a robe, a dirty t-shirt, some pajama bottoms, some slippers, and a walker.
and a chalice, just because, Just because.
Oh, and one of those like old style, like little cabbie hats.
Okay, Lape, I hope you're listening. You're getting all this shit come Christmas.
And large glasses, very large glasses, thick frames.
So let's talk about, let's bring it down and let's talk about the passing of Peter Mayhew. Now, we just heard about this, 2 hours ago?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, and surprising was how I felt, or surprise was how I felt. I mean, obviously, Peter Mayhew was 74 going on 75. No one lives forever, but you really don't think about these things. And all of a sudden, we're talking about Star Wars and how bad this and that is, and then Peter Mayhew passes away. So we thought we'd take a few moments to pay some respects to the man. So, Dion, Kendo, Nick, any thoughts about Chewbacca as a character prior to the passing of Peter Mayhew?
I mean, prior to it's fucking Chewbacca. It's hard to kind of verbalize how I feel right now. I mean, it's especially being a kid, Chewbacca epitomized, what your assumption of what a buddy cop or a buddy dynamic is. I mean, it was one of those stories, one of those situations where you didn't need to have someone explain to you that these guys are best friends. You didn't need to have someone explain to you the importance of friendship, whether it be in film or in real life. I mean, Chewbacca was literally the embodiment of, not sidekick, not helper, but best bud, best pal, partner in crime. And he was, I don't know anyone that disliked the character Chewbacca, mainly because of that reason. I mean, no one had, his loyalty was unquestioned. His importance to the story was accepted and appreciated, and his importance to those characters, he was the glue. He was fucking Chewbacca. He was the dude you can depend on, was going to give 100% and rip some motherfuckers' arms off if need be, and that's Chewie, man.
That's right.
What do you guys, Kendo, Nick, thoughts about Chewbacca prior to the passing?
Yeah, man. I mean, he's part of the team. I mean, we all grew up with Han Solo and Chewbacca always.
Yep.
Always in the Falcon, always together, always, doing stuff whether good or bad, just always together. And one thing I do love about the dynamic and the way the movies were is just that Chewbacca, like Han Solo and Chewbacca yelling at each other, you could never understand them, but they understood each other, and I think that spoke volumes to their friendship and their bond as the buddy cop kind of dynamic.
Yep.
Chewbacca was my first favorite character in Star Wars. That's the character going into the movie. I was like, this guy's gonna be cool, and he was. And I like Chewbacca, and I'm thankful that he gave us hours of entertainment, and I'm grateful that he will not have to see the dagger get put into the franchise in December.
Well, he was only in episode 7 of the Disney one. So Peter Mayhew retired officially after episode 7. I think some basketball player plays Chewbacca these days.
Manute Bowl.
Yeah, that guy, not in my house. That's the same guy, right?
No, that's Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Dikembe Mutombo.
Sorry, I don't.
Fuck it. That's who's playing Chewbacca now. Dikembe Mutombo. No, Ray.
No, not today.
Not in my galaxy. No, but in all seriousness, Chewbacca was always one of my favorite characters. Dion, how much I love Han Solo.
Yep.
And anytime I'd buy like a Han Solo figure or whatever, I'd always have to get the Chewbacca equivalent because, like you guys said, they were the ultimate duo. When Han Solo, that's why a lot of people really got pissed off in The Force Awakens when, Rey gets hugged by Leia and Chewbacca just lost Han and all this shit. It's like, that's his buddy. Han Solo ran off, left the Falcon, didn't leave Chewbacca type of thing. So I've always been a fan of the character. They're intertwined to me and they're fun. I mean, Chewbacca's always been one of my favorites. I got tons of Chewbacca shit. Hell, I got a furry Chewbacca t-shirt in the hallway.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like, it's like you touch the fur, it's all like felt or whatever. So I might tweet out a picture of that later. But it's like I said, we didn't know the man. He lived a life. He did have one of my favorite quotes from any Star Wars actor, probably from any actor in general. I'm paraphrasing here because I don't have an exact quote, but he said something along the lines of, he loved Star Wars because it gave him everything he had. He could put on the mask and he was Chewbacca, and once he took it off, nobody recognized him, but he was always thankful for what it gave him. And I wish more actors had that attitude about roles. I'm not saying that everybody needs to kiss the fan's ass, but you look at somebody like a Harrison Ford who's just like, oh, Star Wars, whatever, fuck off. And Peter Mayhew may not had a career anywhere near that, but still, he knew, what brought him to prominence, and people, loved him. He did conventions. He was always, proud of Star Wars, much like Mark Hamill. So It's sad to hear that Chewbacca's passed away. We looked into his filmography a little bit, and he really didn't do much outside of Star Wars. What did we say, Kendo? Pretty much like one or two things.
Yeah, pretty much. There was not a whole lot.
He was an orderly in a hospital. So, and that's where George Lucas met him back in I guess it would have been 76 was when they started filming the movie. So that's pretty much how he got his big thing. He was in a Sinbad film called Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger in 1977, and then Star Wars came out. And then he was in one other thing in 1978 called Terror. And then between 1980 and 2004, he really just played Chewbacca in film. And then, that's really his legacy. And, he'll be missed. Now, like we said earlier, he's no longer playing Chewbacca. Somebody else is. And, I mean, some people say it's not the same. I'll go with that one. There's something about that Chewbacca that's slightly different.
Yeah, that Chewbacca can dunk and block shots.
Jeez. Damn.
No.
Not in this galaxy. So, rest in peace, Chewie. We loved you. See you on the other side, dude.
Yeah, go eat some porg.
Salvador, thank you very much. We're going to read a couple Chewbacca-related super chats real quick. Chewie has gone to join our princess. Our hearts hang heavy as the seat in the Millennium Falcon is now empty, forever in our thoughts. Peter Mayhew. That was really, really well said, Salvador. Speaking, by the way, since Salvador's name is on the screen, I wanted to remind everybody that this Wednesday night, I think we're going to, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on this channel, we're going to have our live collector hangout, our toy collector hangout. We've been talking about it for months. If you have been trying to get in contact with us, contact us one more time, and we will get you on the show. This isn't a Patreon exclusive hangout. This is just something fun to do with the fans. With like a 2-hour block, but we're going to talk about, what we like to collect, the history of what we've collected and what we're doing now. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And Wednesday is going to be something we haven't done in a long time. And I miss, we had our Patreon hangout last night. That was a lot of fun with our friend Gerhardt. And now we got something like this on the horizon. So be on the lookout, and Salvador will be there. So that's the only reason I tied those two things together. Chewbacca fan 0824 The Virgin, which is a name I think I accidentally made up once. I hope Jeff can tame his toxic masculinity towards our wonderful heroes Rey and Captain Marvel long enough to pay respect to the legendary Peter Mayhew. I think we have, don't you think, guys?
I agree.
Yeah, we have.
Colton Bach says, here, take free money from Google. Well, thank you, Colton Bach. We appreciate that. Thunder Robot says, Cap and Peggy scene in the Avengers has a new meaning. In terms of, I guess he means Age of Ultron when he goes back to her and it's the empty room or whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to get into all the Endgame stuff, guys, in just a few moments. We only have one other topic we want to cover before we get into the Endgame stuff, because it's been a long week. Like I said to Kendo privately, there isn't like an hour that goes by that I don't think about that movie. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You guys just have to wait a few more moments to hear. The Ghost Legend 001 says, sorry I couldn't catch the WCBS review for Endgame. Exams are really heating up right now. Anyway, it was a great ending to a decade-old franchise. Couldn't be more satisfied. Well, Ghost Legend 001, we wish you the best of luck on finals. We all went to college. Guys, any good final stories?
No, because I always crammed and then forgot them out immediately afterwards, so...
I had a final paper that was due that I knew about for 3 months, and I waited till the last minute to do it. And so I drank 6 rock stars and watched the entire trilogy and prequel trilogy, pulling an all-nighter to get it all done by 8 in the morning.
Dion,
damn. Oh, shit.
I mean, yeah, I don't have anything crazy. I know when I my junior year, first year having an apartment, I know I did my finals and then went back to the apartment and got shit-faced. So, I mean, nothing.
I was with you.
Yeah. So, I mean, you and I just got shit-faced and did our celebration of booze and episodes of Hercules' Legendary Journeys. I think that time, I think we watched the TV movies first, and then we started watching the show.
That was one of the best days of our friendship.
Yes.
I can't stress that enough, folks.
Yep. And then we kept making the Minotaur joke.
We're gonna watch it when I come visit.
Damn right we are.
I remember at Michigan State, I had a lot of fun during finals weeks because I usually get my finals done early, and then I'd stay to hang out with either a girlfriend or with you guys or something. But when I went to UC, man, like I got my finals done, like all the papers done weeks in advance, and then I just, didn't do shit for the last 2 weeks of school.
Right.
But Ghost Legend 001, best of luck, man. Not to sound preachy, but school is important, and once it's over, you'll be thankful that you didn't slack off.
Yes.
Admiral Tiberius says, hello, gentlemen. Jeff, Duke of the Muff, Dion, Brooklyn Supreme Green, Warlock of the Wicker People, Kendo, and Big Rig Pineapple Express, Nick.
Coconut Express.
Hey, pineapple too, man.
This is not Spain.
I need to get hats and shirts made of this.
It's happening.
Yeah, if somebody wants to draw up the logos or whatever, I will gladly wear them. I do not care.
Just use that coconut Batman gif I sent you the one time.
Oh God.
Star Wars for life. Dr. Coffin says the shower scene in Solo is what killed him. Him being.
Oh my God.
I mean, that'll do it.
Well, thankfully that wasn't Peter Mayhew in that scene.
Thank God.
Star Wars for life. Jeremy's Instagram fan pg.jgg for life. Thank you very much. Hi guys, I really enjoy your shows in the morning. I also enjoy you, Jeff, when you're on the High Council. I posted some of your pictures during Celebration. You guys are great. Well, Star Wars for life. Thank you very much. You are one of the people in the Fandom Menace that really help us grow and keep things in check, because we're having fun on the show, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and it's gotten to a point where in the beginning I could write the show and boom, and that was it. But now we're this channel, we've got this this movement going on, and we need everybody involved. So thank you very much, Star Wars for life. Grant says, have you gotten a chance to watch the Charisma on Command video? Who is the worst character, Captain Marvel or Rey? Sonic movie needs Uganda Knuckles. Grant, that is on my list of things to watch. I've been getting ready. My grandma turned 95 2 days ago, and we have a big party planned for this weekend. So I've been doing all that shit. So I haven't watched much YouTube outside of my recommendation for the week, a show called Daddy and the Big Boy. We'll talk about that never on this channel. I can't get into it. I swear to God, I will talk about it for 2 fucking hours of how ridiculous this show is. I love it. I've actually considered trying to find the people that made it to get them to come on our show, because it's so bizarre. Never mind. I'm not going to get into it.
Okay.
The only thing I can say is that for being on the Mondo channel, they have like shit views. So maybe we can help them get, past 40,000 views on these shows. Check out Daddy and the Big Boy, folks. But Grant, I promise you, I will watch. I do watch Charisma on Command already. I'm a fan of that channel. I will check out the Captain Marvel versus Rey thing, and we'll talk about it. And Sonic, that's our next topic. So let me get through these next 3 super chats, and we're on our way. Billy Ritchie says, a buddy of mine spoiled Endgame for me. Should I forgive him or block him for a week? Nick, you're the coldest bastard here. What do you think?
Oh, block him for a week, man. No communication for a whole week. All right. No text messages, no smoke signals, no faxes, no nothing. All right, nothing.
Kendo, Dion, what do you suggest?
Break his hands.
Give him a bunch of shit, so much so that it annoys me. He's like, dude, it's just a movie. Like I'm talking posted shit on his wall, dumb shit. Send him those old Facebook quizzes to see what kind of bitch from Clueless you are. Straight up, go after him. Show him what psychological warfare truly is.
Oh God! If you do break his hand, I think that's immediate. Like, you're even now, and you can kind of go back to being friends.
I say you should go outside of his house and scream Endgame plot points at him while he tries to sleep. He spoiled the movie. Spoil his night of sleep.
Or throw a brick through his window.
No. Don't do anything stupid. Just annoy him because he annoyed you. Or what I would do is I would just say, fuck you, dude. And then I would just ignore, whatever. I would just go on.
Banana in his tailpipe.
I can't. No, not right now. No Beverly Hills Cop talk. Because dude, it turns 35 this year. We'll go on for fucking hours again. Harwinder Singh sent in 2 $1 super chats, so thank you very much. Klaus Stork says, I met Peter at Comic Palooza 3 years ago. Great man. Now Carrie is singing him to the other side, like in the holiday special. Sorry, my shitty neighborhood is, noisy. So let me reread that. I met Peter at Comic Palooza 3 years ago. Great man. Now Carrie is singing him through to the other side, like in the holiday special. God, that is terrible, the holiday special.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
Or he's riding on her because she's a space witch. Carrying her to the other side. She can do that, I've seen it in that documentary.
Also,
what beyond the curve?
Yes.
Did anybody else just do the arm signal?
I did.
You know, that's messed up. I was watching this Joe Rogan clip today with Dave Foley, and they were talking about extraterrestrials. I'm like, okay, I can see where you're coming from, talking about Occam's razor. And then he's like, yeah, but I'm a flat earther. And I went, I'm done. And I turned off the video. I went to one with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Dude, I can't. No.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Our never-ending battle behind the scenes against the flat earth movement.
Yeah, well, we are a bunch of rounders.
The thing that Vince Vaughn?
Yes.
All right, I call John Favreau. But he was in that movie, right?
Sure. I'll be Edward Norton.
Oh, okay. Thunder Robot says, I mean the scene with Cap and Cap and old Peggy in her bed in terms of the Endgame scene. Well, remember that scene is still sad, but that'll still be played. I think Cap is stuck on a time loop, right?
Yes.
So we're going to get into all that stuff in a moment. Dean, Darth Tico, we're going to read your super chats in just a moment. Real quick, we got a new patron as we were on the air, so let's give him a shout out too so we don't forget our friend Mikey. Mikey, thank you very much for joining at that level. You got a lot of content to watch, man, so thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about something ridiculous.
Oh, fuck.
You know what it is, Dion? Put it like this. What we're about to talk about, folks, is so bad that Dion's sister is hiding it from her child so she doesn't have to experience it.
What?
Yes. So,
oh, my God.
Quick behind-the-scenes look at our lives. Dion has a sister, and her kid's obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, ungodly obsessed. Like, when I would go visit, he would ask me specific questions about Sonic because we're older than him, and he wants to know more. And, I don't have the heart to tell him it to his face, but Sonic has always sucked.
Yeah.
Sonic was for the kids that couldn't play Mario because they either didn't have a Nintendo or they couldn't figure out how to do more shit. But, at a certain age, Sonic is acceptable. When you're like 10, 12, Sonic, you're just like, no, he's not the fastest thing alive. I don't care anymore. So, like most iconic super video game characters, it's Super Mario characters, like most iconic video game characters, Sonic the Hedgehog is getting a film starring Jim Carrey and James Marsden.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
I'm having trouble actually talking about this movie right now because I pulled up the trailer.
So bad.
Oh, shit.
Right?
It's so bad.
I've watched it several times just to make sure that it's real. I just want to make sure that it's a thing that's actually happening, because what the fuck?
So let me actually give you guys the screenshot for all you out there watching. Sherry, there we go. So Sonic the Hedgehog has 20 million views as of April 30th, with 274 thumbs up to 274,719 up, 458, 856 down. And I did give this a down because I watched this trailer. Not only does Sonic look like an unholy abomination, they underscore this entire stupid trailer to Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, why are you doing it to this song? Why?
You're ruining the legacy of Coolio.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think he had much of a legacy.
Hey, you shut up. Gangsta's Paradise is a fucking fantastic song. Don't get mad at him because his hair started falling out. He kept that same weird-ass hairdo. Look,
last year, I was on that Coolio kick. Remember when I all of a sudden was like, hey, man, Coolio was all right. And I listened to those 3 songs and then just got over it real quick.
As did everyone else.
Yeah. I will stand by Gangster's Paradise as an awesome song. Like, seriously, I really, really like that song. It does not. When I think of Gangster's Paradise, I think of Michelle Pfeiffer or Coolio's hair or Weird Al Yankovic, but not Sonic the Hedgehog.
No.
There's just an innate disconnect between Sonic the Hedgehog and Gangster's Paradise. It's like, I get that Sonic is from the 90s and you want to pick a 90s song, but like a rap song? Unless it was super cheap the license?
Yeah, with Sonic and then picking that song, it seems like they're targeting us. It's like, we don't care. Yeah. We really don't. Like, there hasn't been anything Sonic the Hedgehog related in a while, I don't think.
I mean,
yeah,
Sonic Mania was decent. I got that on the Switch. It was like a remake of the old ones.
Right.
But then again, it's a remake of the old ones. Now, Dion,
yes,
would you like to tell the audience where Sonic the Hedgehog touched you, aka Sonic 2006?
Listen, so at the time, this girl that I was dating, it didn't really turn into much. But anyway, so the girl I was dating bought me a PlayStation 3. And I fucked around and, got her pregnant, got married, whatever. The point is, she bought me a PS3 and I was so excited. Obviously I wanted a PS3. I'm a PlayStation kid. I absolutely was super fucking pumped. So I was like, I gotta go buy some games. So I immediately run to Best Buy and I buy 3 games. I buy Army of Two, Haze, and motherfucking Sonic 06. And so I take Sonic 06 back because hey, I know my girlfriend at the time is a Sonic fan. She's gonna play it. I'm probably not gonna play it. And slowly and surely I played the other 2 games. Good times are had. And then finally, fucking the girl that I'm with who bought me said PS3 fucking starts playing Sonic 06. And it's fucking. And at first, I didn't know it was that bad. I just thought she was playing. She was playing a bunch. I just kind of didn't pay attention. Maybe she likes the game. Lo and behold, she's losing her shit she's just screaming and hollering and fucking yelling. She hates this goddamn game. I'm like, well, what's wrong with it? I look at it. This game is broken. 100% broken. She somehow ended up getting to the last level. I don't know how she did it. Broken games, broken dreams, what the fuck ever. But she's losing her shit. Characters are just saying the same shit over and over again. Sonic is starting to make out with a white girl. I don't know what the hell's going on with that game. And she's just in a shitty mood every time she turns that game on. It was a long, dark road. And eventually she just said, fuck it, I'm done. Threw it in a bin, and that's where the fucking thing stayed until this day.
I tried playing it once at your house. And that was it. I got I guess there was a tutorial. It's a terrible game.
Yes.
So to jump off what you said, Nick, there hasn't really been any, in my opinion, there's never really been anything good from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a Mario kid. I have no shame in ripping on Sonic all day, all night. I don't care if it hurts somebody's feelings. The only person I won't make fun of it to is Devin, because I don't want to hurt a little kid's feelings. Other than that, if you're a grown man or woman and you're going to tell me how much you love Sonic and it bothers you that I make fun of him,
I don't know. Leave your basement.
Get over it.
I'm not sorry. Sonic the Hedgehog. He's voiced by Steve Urkel. He eats chili dogs. And I read the history of the fucking character in this book called Console Wars. And it's the most lame concoction to try and attempt to take down Nintendo. And it kind of worked, but not really. Because Sonic the Hedgehog was looking a big icon in about, 91 to say 95?
Yeah.
But once you got through the Sega Genesis era and you had CD, 32X, all that extra crap, Sonic and the Sega brand just shit the bed. So when we get to 2002, Sonic starts showing up on the GameCube, and he becomes, a second-tier Nintendo character almost. I know he's still owned by Sega, and he's in Smash Brothers, isn't all this shit. And it's just a series of bad, embarrassing games, and I can't think of another video game character outside of Duke Nukem that has a shittier legacy based on, so many video game appearances. Can you?
No.
It's bad.
No.
It's fucking
No.
It's bad. I like Sonic, but god damn it. That dude is a fucking beacon of apocalypse, man. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, when they announced the movie, I was just like, okay, that's gonna be a cartoon or whatever. It's fine. And then they're like, oh, live action. Oh, right. And then started seeing little teasers here and there, and I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And they did it. And it's awful.
And what is with James Marsden always ending up in these shitty goddamn movies? What the fuck, dude?
He sucked the wrong dick, okay?
Look it. He's either in a Taco Bell commercial that you don't realize is a commercial for nacho fries, or he's in Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't think he has too many options anymore. X-Men is over.
Yeah.
God,
That's
man.
true.
Because he was in the Yogi Bear movie too, wasn't he?
Oh my god.
Wait, there was a Yogi Bear movie?
Sadly, yes, there was.
Was it Dan Aykroyd in something like that?
He's in a lot of shit like that. Dan Aykroyd just clearly doesn't give a shit.
Oh god, he was also in Hop.
That's what it was too. What the fuck, James?
Dude, the Yogi Bear movie stars Dan Aykroyd and Justin Timberlake.
Oh my god.
Oof.
Ooh.
Fucking oof. What are you
Oh my
doing?
god, TJ Miller?
TJ, well, poor TJ.
No one else
Yeah,
is
not
really
really.
famous for this movie. Yeah. Wow. Was this movie a success? Let's see what the box office was.
I'm gonna bet no.
You're gonna guess no? What are you guys
was-
going to guess?
That was for what one
Everybody?
you just said? What movie?
Yogi Bear.
Fuck. No.
Bombed because I haven't even heard of it.
Well, would you like to hear that it was actually a success?
Oh man.
By how much?
Wow.
Budget of $80 million.
Oh God.
Box office 201.6 million.
Damn.
Shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a success. Ooh.
Holy crap.
And Ghostbusters 2016 was a failure. That should tell you something.
Yeah. Dan Aykroyd rules.
Also on his IMDb, Taco Bell Nacho Fries Revival is like listed here as like a video short.
To be fair, we're on IMDb with this show now, so I mean anything.
That's true, but I'm just saying, like, somebody took the time to put that on his IMDb.
I love that. I love that commercial. Like seriously, every time I go to the movie and that plays, I'm going like, "Cool, man. Nacho fries, sweet." I'm not gonna eat them. But we're talking about Sonic. Did you hear that they're actually going to change the design?
Yeah,
which
I
is
heard about that.
hilarious. Fucking
So
They realized they fucked up.
well, the budget, according to I guess Wikipedia, whatever I'm looking at on Google right now, is 90 million. So it's going to be another 20 million to change the design or something. I don't know.
Yeah, for the whole film. I mean,
Yeah.
that isn't cheap, and especially, and I guess it's good on them that they didn't put an actual date that it's going to be released. They just said this year.
No, it says November.
Is it
November
November
8th, November 8th, 2019.
Oof. Good luck trying to get that shit done in 4 months.
Remember, it's the power of computers, man. They could probably do I'd like to think that they've already started the redesign. Like they already like, shit, nobody likes this. Let's start right away. And they'll probably take those fan edits and use one of those.
Dude, I mean, props to them for stepping up and trying their best to make it a crowd pleaser. Hey, I mean, I give them credit for that. But
Listen, this is like for me, this movie is like bring a flask to a theater and get fucking white girl wasted and watch this movie.
That's the messed up part. I actually want to see this really bad.
Yeah, me too. Like I want
sure.
to get messed up and watch this movie.
I'm more interested in this than Star Wars Episode 9. Seriously.
dude,
Because this looks like absolute dog shit. Well, I mean, Star Wars does too, but for different reasons.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a fun train wreck.
Yeah, this is I don't know. I want to say your next year. Here's the weird part though. Detective Pikachu comes out. I'm genuinely interested in that movie.
Yeah, that one I actually will go see.
God, that one looks hilarious as well. Especially when you see Pikachu and then Ryan Reynolds' voice comes out of it. I'm just like, I can't. Oh God.
Well, would you like to hear what IGN had to say about Sonic the Hedgehog's character change?
Yeah.
Oh, please.
So, from IGN, Sonic the Hedgehog movie to fix design after fan outcry, says director. Gotta go fast, back into the editing bay in the case of Sonic the Hedgehog. In a surprise move, director Jeff Fowler took to Twitter to respond to fan criticism of the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie design, which came fast and hard after the new trailer was released earlier this week. IGN has reached out to Paramount for comment. Wow, sorry. God, this street is terrible. Anyway, this is the tweet. He says, "Thank you for the support and the criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you wanted it changed. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be. Hashtag Sonic movie. Hashtag gotta fix it fast."
Why would you say that?
Another
Why
hashtag
would
should be
you say that, Ben?
another hashtag should be fix it in post.
Oh,
Hashtag bomb.
Hashtag
Why?
burn it with fire. That's my
You know
fucking
what? Just because of how bad it looks, people are gonna go see it because it's gonna be hilarious and it's gonna make money because of that.
I hope that they fix like people are talking about the teeth. Like he's got those human teeth, which is awkward. The face, he's too tall.
Mhm.
It just looks like bad cosplay somehow. Or it's like really odd fetish stuff that people like.
Oh,
He looks
God.
like his dad was human and his mom was just a slut of an echidna, and there's just this mungled face.
He's
Like,
a
hey, I
hedgehog, bro. His dad
I
was
had-
Ron Jeremy, and his mom was a literal hedgehog.
Man. Ron Jeremy's a hedgehog too, so
Oh my God.
Well,
I wonder if somebody will make that cut. Like instead of Sonic, they'll have Ron Jeremy in the
I would pay
scenes.
$30 to watch a movie where Ron Jeremy played Sonic the Hedgehog.
yeah, that's
His
dude.
sound effects and everything.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
He was my choice to be Sonic the Hedgehog when they announced it. I'm like, you got it. If you're gonna make a Sonic the Hedgehog, you got to get the Hedgehog and cast Ron Jeremy.
He loses 200 pounds. He gets in the best shape of his life to play the role. He's like a serious actor.
Oh, jeez.
That'd be great.
You know what Ron Jeremy should do is he should go and redub this trailer with his own voice.
Oh my God,
Ooh.
yes.
That would be hilarious. I mean, his voice isn't that iconic. Other parts are, but imagine that just him rereading the line. He played Super Mario. Why not Sonic the Hedgehog?
Oh, jeez.
God, I've had enough of this Sonic shit. It's coming out. It's going to be interesting. I'm never going to really make videos about it per se because I don't have too much to say outside of laughing. Unless you want to watch me or listen to me laugh for 20 minutes, I will. Probably get out of breath real quick. But it'll be worth it for you guys.
Oh, man.
Dean Holstoffel says, thoughts on Phoebe Waller-Bridge writing the new Bond movie, Quantum of Solace? Thank you very much. The lady, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, is the lady who plays L337. Yeah, Leet. I have a James Bond video I'm working on for next week. I have a lot to say about Bond. For me, this is a bad decision. And I don't mean just her, but like Bond 25. Kendo and I spent 2 hours talking about 007 last night. I've never had a Bond film that I'm so disinterested in because I'm worried. I mean, not only is it the SJW political crap, I'm worried about Daniel Craig not wanting to play the role. I'm worried about them changing the character into an abomination that isn't James Bond. There's so many things that I'm concerned with. And this Phoebe Waller-Bridge news is just like the cherry on the shit sundae. It all sucks so far. Now, if I'm wrong and it's the best Bond movie, well, it's got to be called Goldeneye to be the best Bond movie. But it's going to be interesting to say the least. And we'll be covering that, Dean, in greater detail the closer we get to Bond 25. You guys have anything else you want to add to that?
No, I mean, it's just, I think you pretty much summed it up. I mean, there's so much people who don't want to be a part of it, and then there's so many people that want to be a part of it that shouldn't be a part of it, and it's fucking depressing, and again, it's just like forcing something that the people who matter don't want to do it, and that's never a recipe for success, and it's just going to be, hopefully it's not a complete train wreck, but the shit ain't looking good. This could very well be another Die Another Day.
Yep. I would say the writing's on the wall for that one.
I just hope they let her do a rewrite and then erase them and be like, okay, here's your check. Thanks. And then
Thank
they never
you
get
very much.
Yeah, it's she gets her little check for writing or doing her stuff, and then that's it. That's it.
It's like a check for her fee, and in the notes it just says "fuck off."
Yeah, they read her copy. It's like, yeah, you had some interesting points, but could you change them back to the original stuff?
They just go and they remake Doctor No, and they're just like, we'll just remake Doctor No. No one will notice.
You know what? I'd be okay with that because they could. I don't know. That seems like that seems like that would be kind of fun. I'd be okay with that.
It's the least shitty of the two options, probably at the time.
Yeah. I say if you're gonna remake a Bond movie, remake Moonraker and make it like the book because it's nothing like the movie. I don't think he goes to space. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. It takes place mostly in England. And Hugo Drax is a completely different character. So, yeah, if you're going to remake a Bond movie, remake The Bottom of the Barrel. And if you want to hear what The Bottom of the Barrel is officially from World Class Bullshitters, well, you know what to do, folks.
Patron.
The Patron, man. Darth Tico says, sup, gentlemen? Sup, Darth Tico? Nice to see you in Chicago. Cesario Japan says, the fact that Hollywood, with its millions and millions of dollars, can be beaten by people with Microsoft Paint and making Sonic look better is a sign we're in the end times.
Well, same thing happened with Henry Cavill and Superman when they removed his mustache.
Oh my god! Yes.
I remember some kid who had a $500 computer changed it and made it look way better than they did. It's astounding how they know how to spend money but never in the right way. It's just ridiculous.
$8,000 in craft services every day.
Yeah. God.
Do you remember when they did the Solo trailer and they put Harrison Ford over Alden Ehrenreich and people were like, oh my God, this looks great. And then you watch the movie and you're like, this is not great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is it? Deep fakes? Those are awesome.
Deep fakes are fucking weird.
Yeah. Dude, the weirdest one is Steve Buscemi's face on Jennifer Lawrence's body. You ever seen that one?
No.
Yes. I'm sending you a picture of it right now.
Oh, man.
Right now. Where are we at?
Old baby.
Shout out to Darth Fatass, by the way. Thank you. Let's see. Steve Buscemi, Jennifer Lawrence. because it's so weird. Like it's uncomfortable. You have to watch it, Dion. Watch it with the sound off, and I'll just send you an image of it. I'll do that later. It's fucking disturbing, but it's weird how like you said, Nick, a cheap computer can do better than a big Hollywood budget, and I think it just stems from laziness. Like these people, they have the Sonic IP. They're either desperate or they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of both of that because it's such a, I guess, dead character that's kind of just been like on the sidelines a lot, and they're like, oh, we know what to do. We'll put this cool song to it from the '90s that everybody who's got in their 30s loves, and we'll make a cool Sonic trailer. I'm just like, good fucking luck.
Gotta go fast, right into the dollar bin. There's my dad joke tonight.
Cool.
Scrib-Eye Steak, what a great screen name. Sup, bullshitter. Sorry I missed the start, but got a nice payday, so consider this residual for how many times I watched the drunk commentary of The Force Awakens. Hashtag renew the Orville. Scrib-Eye Steak, thank you. Did I black out that night?
I don't know if I did either.
You did. It was just passed out.
It's a memory. Or barely
Dion
one.
and I were the only two standing at the end because we did The Force Awakens and then Ghostbusters 2016 back to back.
Yeah,
that's when we really started to pick up on the channel too. We're like, we got it. Let's start doing this shit.
Yeah. Jeff conked out before I think you made it through The Force Awakens, but you were done shortly thereafter. Nick fell asleep during the beginning of Ghostbusters, and Dion and I barely made it through the rest of Ghostbusters.
I have a completely unedited audio where I fall asleep and you're like, Jeff, turn off your mic, and you start screaming at me.
Yeah, because it was like all of a sudden it was like we were watching the movie in a fucking wind tunnel.
And then the best part is I have it's like 7 minutes of Nick snoring going, and he's like, are we done? It's about 30 seconds and you hear the Skype call end.
Oh shit.
Oh gosh.
Now, folks, if you want to go back and listen to that drunk commentary, I actually left part of Nick sleeping and waking up at the end of it. So you got to listen to the entire thing. Because I woke up the next morning really fucked up, and I listened to it, and I was like, what is this? It's one of our finer moments. Thank you, Scrib-Eye Steak, for still listening to it.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Billy Ritchie says, Sonic's mom was Lena Dunham.
Oh.
Could we...
It would be Gotta Go Fat.
Or Gotta Go Fat for Dion.
Yeah. Gotta go to the cake.
Ooh, the cake is a lie. Crosby de Jure says, no, non-Sonic fan. This trailer is embarrassing and looks stupid. Sonic fan, what a nice and normal Tuesday. This is tame compared to some other stuff. Believe me, Crosby de Jure, I know about that weird stuff because I still have a DeviantArt account. There's nothing even weird on it, but you would see stuff on there, like in the recommended stuff. Because you put like video games or whatever, and you'd see, Sonic and Tails dressed as Jack and Rose from Titanic, but naked. Just weird shit like that. So,
Jesus Christ.
What we should do for Patreon is we should sit down one night together and we should take a deep dive into the perverse world of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
Oh, God, I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know.
It'll be interesting for sure. I was gonna say, can we just at least palate cleanse in between there with some Ugandan knuckles?
Yeah, he's part of it. Do no way. Infamous Kit Kat says Sonic looks like Richard Simmons put on a blue furry outfit, a pair of red Nikes, and went Super Saiyan 3. Can't wait to see what the new design looks like.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm genuinely interested. I bet you looks dead on the video game that style.
It's probably gonna look worse. I'm guessing it's gonna look.
Dude, it's just the development.
Oh God, it's one of those things where like people are yelling and it's like, oh, change it, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll change it, and it becomes worse, and they're like, oh,
change it
back to the first one, it's fine. and they're gonna put out the fucking Blu-ray where they have two versions that you can choose from. Oh God,
that'd be nice
fucked
if they
up
actually
and less fucked up.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is what Sonic the Hedgehog is gonna look like in the new movie. Ready, guys?
Oh,
Oh God.
Wait, no, that's a video clip. I can't show that. Let's see. View image. There we go. Wait, nope, can't do that. Shit. Hold on. Give me a second. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it.
Honey dick me.
I'm not, dude. I never honey dick my friends intentionally. Here we go. Here's the new Sonic design. Nick, are you cool with this one instead?
Yep, I'm okay with that. I'm entirely right with that. That works for me.
Gotta go
I'm
fast.
okay with that. I'm okay with that.
I would love to have this. Is the trailer? I think I should just download this clip and put Gangster's Paradise to the back of it and see what I can do.
Do it.
Absolutely.
Oh god, I can't wait. I hope there are people making like different trailers out of it and adding things to it because I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be fun.
Oh my god, this is gonna be an interesting ride. Like Dion, about your birthday is when this movie comes out. It's gonna be an interesting 7 months? No, 8 months. Excuse me. No, 6 months. Yeah, that's math.
It's Jesus Christ, that's gonna be tough.
Yep, they have 6 months to, I guess, try to fix it or do something different. I don't know. It's gonna be weird.
Well, you know what? Speaking of fixing, let's talk about something that really doesn't need to be fixed. Avengers Endgame. So last week, folks, we had a review. It was very spoilerific, so not a lot of people wanted to check it out because, you wanted to see the movie for yourself. So tonight we thought we would do a mulligan, a Groundhog Day. We're not going to re-review the movie, but we're going to talk about it a little bit because I have some new thoughts. And then we're going to give you guys, we want to hear what you had to say too, because remember, when we saw it, it only had been out for about 5 hours in America. So very few people had the opportunity to watch the film. So this is the first time we've gone live officially on the channel post Endgame. So I'm dying to know what people think because there's a lot of differing opinions on our Facebook group. Not hearing the constant praise like I was hearing from the media. Am I saying this film was bought and paid for? No, not this time. This was a lot of natural reactions. But I also think a lot of emotion trumped certain elements of the story where people just kind of, nicely overlooked. I won't say plot holes per se, but a few things that needed some splaining. So, guys, we'll start it again. Dion, since you weren't here for the beginning of last week's show, what did you like Endgame on a scale of 1 to 10? What'd you give it?
I gave it a solid 9. After initially watching it, and I'm gonna stick with that. They're definitely, the parts, my issues that kept it from being a perfect movie still stand. I think that. And then obviously the whole, a lot of the stereotypical plot devices that Marvel used to push the story along, again, were some reasons why it wasn't a perfect movie. But I'm sticking with the same good shit that made it a solid 9, if barely a 9. Because the way the story progressed. A lot of the character development I thought was still very, very good. And again, I think that, hey, there definitely was some rose-colored shit going on with Endgame. I still think that Infinity War is better, but I think I'm going to stick with my score on this one.
Nick, you gave it a perfect 10 out of 10. Are you sticking with that? You feel any differently?
Yeah, man. No, I'm sticking with it. I talked about it. I had a long car ride last weekend. Talk about it with my friend Scotty, and I still feel the same way. I loved it. I'm fine with it. It's a 10 out of 10. It was a great time. I'm actually gonna go watch it again probably Sunday. And yeah, enjoy it again. So,
Kendo.
Throughout the week of discussing it with people at work and things like that, and mulling it over a little bit, I gave it a 9 initially. I kind of dinged it down a little bit to an 8.5, but it's still really good.
Yeah, like I had told you guys off air, I've thought about this movie honestly about every hour I think about it. And it's mostly good. I'm not mad. I'm going to keep my rating. I said 8. I thought I know I loved 80% of the movie, and there was 20% I didn't like. And for those out there who aren't friends of the channel but want to listen anyway to start some shit, none of my complaints really stem from Captain Marvel. She's so inconsequential to the film, and we've known it all along, the way it was marketed. But they got us. They got us in the end because we thought it was going to be more, but she wasn't in certain promotional things, and we should have saw it coming, but we didn't. But we got a good outcome. Do I think there are 2 cuts of the movie? I do, because in that 20% that I have complaints with this film, I think there are some structural issues. I feel like it suffers from Return of the Jedi syndrome, where we had been building up, and then they just like, we got to end this in the next 20 minutes. So shit happens, and that final battle does not sit well with me at all. I don't dislike it or hate it, but I don't feel like it has the same impact. Like, I've watched Infinity War twice since I've seen Endgame, and both times that battle, the tension, everything. Like, even the happy resolution of the first Avengers has a little more tension. I don't feel like the characters really were in danger. It just didn't make for the greatest of stories. But I mean, I'm still not going to dump on the movie. But, we're going to talk about where we ranked it. So, out of the Avengers, guys, where do you rank it of the first four the only four Avengers films? Where would you put it?
I'd say second. Oh no. I'll put it third. I put it third out of the four.
I'd put it second.
Third.
Second to what?
Oh, second to the first Avengers movie.
Excellent choice.
Yeah, because like that's the first one. You got to give props where they're due. I mean, we all thought they wouldn't do it with that one, and they pulled it off. And it was an iconic, crazy moment for everything. So I got to give credit where credit's due.
I would put it third out of the fourth. I like this film way more than I liked Age of Ultron, but I did also go back and rewatch Age of Ultron, and I kind of like that movie more than I used to. It's the only Avengers movie where we get kind of them all at their peak. Cap, Iron Man, they get along, Hulk's involved, Thor's there. I'm not saying that makes it a great movie. Believe me, it's not. Like I said, I think it's the fourth of all four Avengers films. But I would put Endgame at number 3. Infinity War is, one of my favorite Marvel movies ever. Or is my favorite MCU flick. And that first one, man, Nick, I think a lot of people like to just look past it because we've had so many crossovers and so many things. But if that didn't work, the MCU would have been a failed experiment because
exactly.
The other movies made money, but they didn't make $1 billion like the Avengers. And then they went into Iron Man 3, and that made $1 billion. And then what was after Iron Man 3? Was that Guardian? No. There was nothing else after Iron Man 3 that year, was there?
No, not until the following year.
Yeah, and then we had Winter Soldier, which did not make $1 billion, I believe.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, it's a great movie. And then we had Guardians, which didn't make $1 billion, but still is a great movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we move into Avengers, which made $1 billion. That's why I always make the Avengers comparison, too, when we discuss Avengers to Star Wars. You go from 1.5 billion with the first Avengers to 1.4 to 2.1 to I don't even know where the fuck the new Avengers is at. In 5 days, it made $1 billion.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Over a weekend. Over a weekend.
Yeah, over a weekend, basically.
So, which is insane. Obviously, you got to take into account, Thursday openings now and earlier starts on Thursdays, which I get, but still, even taking into account, you have it starting at 6 o'clock on a Thursday. In 5 days, $1 billion fucking dollars. That's still crazy. That's fucking crazy. And all the shit that they were saying with Captain Marvel, it took 5 days to do what it took Captain Marvel 3 weeks to do.
Mm-mm.
Which is
it was 50 something days that they had that listed.
Yeah, so
okay,
and that's before you even get into the whole conversation about how much of those seats Disney bought. But that's crazy, and I think too, just to be 100% above board, I think that there's always going to be those illegitimate criticisms of the movie. Now, again, like I said, I gave it a 9 because taking the whole film in its totality. I still honestly believe that it just barely cracks a 9. And even though it's still, I still have it as my third best Avengers movie. But we're always gonna have to deal with the people that no, it was just above average and so many plot holes. I mean, you got to deal with people who didn't watch the goddamn movie. That's the thing that always pisses me off. It's the same crowd of people who shat on the first Avengers movie and all the plot holes, not realizing that it's part of a goddamn franchise. And you're always going to get those criticisms, especially when this is the first franchise of its kind that's consistent with the same actors all the way through, and it's rolling out billions of fucking dollars. So that shit, you're gonna hear me say it over and over again. Especially people that it's 6 or 7 out of 10. It's like, shut the fuck up. I mean, if especially people that you see it all the time. Well, the thing I hated was that Captain America shouldn't be able to raise Thor's hammer because they clearly that's an example of people not watching other movies where they specifically fucking show him moving it in Age of Ultron. That's just a small example of people who don't watch the film. So everyone out there, I'm calling you out right the fuck now. If you're one of those people, and you say that, I promise you I'm going to destroy you.
Yeah. So far worldwide, it has made $1.6 billion.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
lot of money.
it's on its way to 2 real quick.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm probably going to see it at least one more time myself.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking about going
Also,
Saturday.
according to Box Office Mojo, the production budget was $356 million.
Oh yeah, that because we were talking about it on the show was how this was easily going to be on the plus side of $300 million production because of all the people in it and everything and listen, it's well fucking deserved even if you take away the legitimacy of the story and the characters and all that shit. It's well deserved. I mean, that just goes to show you guys when you put love into a fucking film and get rid of all the bullshit surrounding it in the ethos, you can make $1 billion in 5 fucking days.
Yeah.
Also,
that's what's so crazy about it.
Also, the thing I love is that Ant-Man and the Wasp is more relevant to this than Captain Marvel was.
Damn right it was.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like that movie was way the fuck more relevant to the end of this phase than Captain Marvel was. Like you could entirely skip that movie and miss nothing.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah, I just thought that was hilarious.
Now, in terms of Endgame, is there what was your favorite emotional scene? Was there anything that got you in the feels? I know we talked about it last week, but now with more people.
Thor talking to his mom. I mean, that one was mostly because of the personal touch for me. But him going back and talking to his mom, and there were a lot. I mean, obviously the beginning with fucking Hawkeye's kids and his wife. That shit was the craziest fucking way to start that movie. But I mean, I think that was definitely one of the better parts of the Dark World. That whole she dies, and then the scene of her going over the waterfall and everything, and that was a very heavy fucking scene in all of the MCU. And for them to circle back to that, because it makes sense if someone's going to go back in time and they happen to send you back at the time that your mom died, I think that's a very human thing to do. And him going back, and then she immediately is like, okay, so you're not my Thor from here. And she's like, well, I was raised by witches, son. It's just that complete utter mom thing to say, where it's like, I fucking know you. You're my kid, no matter what fucking time period you're from. And I thought that was an example of this film speaking to, even though he's not human, the human aspect of all these characters. And it was fucking one of what fucking 6, 7, 8 goddamn heavy ass scenes. That was the gut puncher for me.
The one that got me was the end with Stark's first reactor from the first movie. Like when they brought it, when it got brought all the way back to all the way back to the beginning, I was like, God damn it, you did it, you fucking did it. And then there's that nice slow camera move throughout like everybody. I was like, man, they're all here, and it's amazing.
Yeah. My favorite part was just the end. I am Iron Man.
Yep.
That defiant look of, I don't care if I die, you're not winning.
Yeah. Those were all, specific scenes that I enjoyed. I didn't really get. I think the part that made me the happiest was Captain America getting his ending with Peggy Carter. I thought that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely, man. Yeah, I did love that. That was great.
But that movie does raise a lot of questions, and some of them were like, well, if there's 2 Captain Americas, is he watching all this terrible stuff go down because he knows the outcome will be whatever? But all the people that have died in the meantime. Saying that's where I think this movie will have problems down the road.
And that's the risk you take with when you use time travel. That's why I am not a huge fan of the time travel mechanic in films. And again, I especially talking to people at work and other people that saw the movie. That's a very Marvel fucking thing to do. They do the time travel thing in the comic books so many times, and I was really hoping they wouldn't do that, and then, we talked about this on our review where, I'm one of the things I did not like was that them going back and getting 2014 Thanos. I think that to miss that opportunity to have the 2018's Thanos, him grow as that character, all the things that he did go through, getting the gauntlet, he finally gets the gauntlet, the shit he had to do to complete the gauntlet. I think that would have made him a very fucking interesting bad guy at the end of Endgame. I think that was a missed opportunity, and they kind of made up for it with him being like, you know what? I learned from that guy. I'm just going to fucking wipe out everything. That it didn't salvage it, but it at least added to the stakes a bit, even if it did kind of, was a last minute, fuck, this is how we're going to end it. But yeah, they should have used 2018 Thanos. That's the thing that kind of pisses me off is I would have liked to see burned, scarred, arm fucked up Thanos. You find out he lied about destroying the gauntlet. I think that would have been really, really fucking cool.
Yeah, I that is probably my biggest complaint with this movie is he went from being he went from being like the star of the movie in Infinity War to an afterthought in the next one. And again, it speaks volumes to the Return of the Jedi comparison because we have the Emperor introduced and Vader, is a lot weaker as a character because Luke has to beat him to have his journey complete. So there's just certain elements to Vader that they kind of get rid of. That killer instinct that Vader had in The Empire Strikes Back, that cunning, was kind of wiped out because he became subservient to the Emperor, but he also lost so much. I mean, had Moff Jerjerrod been on the second that Star Destroyer, the Executor in The Empire Strikes Back, he would probably got choked for shit he said to Darth Vader. They just, like I said, I think they softened him. I think with, for Star Wars, they softened it for commercial reasons.
Yes.
To sell you more toys. And for Marvel, I think they softened it and expedited a lot of the process, not to sell you more toys because the toys are garbage for this movie, as the toy guy. Hasbro dropped the ball. It's either the wrong color quantum suits with inaccurate shit. You can't get, Captain America, Fat Thor, any of this shit from the toy line. Oh, it's coming out eventually. They didn't want to spoil it.
I want Lebowski Thor. Okay,
I would buy that.
Yeah, I would totally buy Lebowski Thor.
Dude, I would buy Dude Lebowski Thor playset where it's him in his hut with Korg and Meep.
Oh yeah, I would
buy that playset and I would put it together and I would have it sitting on my entertainment center by my TV because that's a scene in the movie I would love to revisit.
Oh man,
multiple times.
Yeah, I want there to be a spin-off sitcom.
Yeah,
Dude Thor with Korg and Meep.
It'd be like Bray Wyatt's Firefly House or whatever it's called.
Except for not creepy and stupid.
Have you watched any of those videos?
Yeah. I enjoy them. I'm at least hooked to see where that shit goes. I'll say that.
I like them actually quite a bit.
Really?
I watched the first one and it looked really interesting, and I want to watch the other ones.
There's only one other one so far, and it's bizarre as shit.
Yeah,
they seem to be going that route with him.
It's very wacky.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of some other things that I want to say. Do you guys want to get into our MCU at the 10 rankings and see where Avengers Endgame would sit?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we can use it to springboard into more discussion if we like to.
So let's see. Are we reading our top 10 for MCU, or are we just doing the official channel one?
We can just do the official channel one if you'd like, and then we can go into the deep dive later.
All right. So, Kendo, you got the master list.
Power rankings.
Tell us what the power rankings are. The WCBS MCU power rankings. Top 10. Go.
Top 10 power rankings. For us, number 10 in the MCU is Captain America, the First Avenger.
And
really?
Well, here's why. Jeff gave it. You ranked it 12th. I ranked it 12th. Dion ranked it 17th, but Nick ranked it 5th. So,
okay.
Based on the way we rank it, for anybody that's new to the channel, wasn't here last year when we did this. The way we did it was we rank them all, and then whatever place they get, that number gets added up to their total score divided by the four of us, gives it an average, and then we slot it around based on its average score. And so Nick's love of the First Avenger, Captain America, is what brought that into the top 10. So that's completely on him.
You're welcome.
Star-Spangled Samoan with a plan.
That's right.
Can I get a shield with a pineapple on it? Can that happen?
We can make that happen. I think we can make that happen. Just get the official colors of Samoa. Just make it purple.
There you go.
All right, number nine is the Guardians of the Galaxy. Jeff gave it a 10. Dion and Nick gave it a 9. I put it 8th, so it ends in 9th place. If you guys want to jump in, feel free to throw out some.
I like Guardians of the Galaxy a lot. I don't love it like everybody else, but I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it was definitely enjoyable.
I'd say top 10.
Yeah.
Eighth place, our 8th ranked movie. Comes to us again from the Guardians of the Galaxy with Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Nick had it 10th. Jeff had it 8th. Dion had it 7th. I had it 5th. So it brings it down into the 8th place spot. 7th place goes to that magnificent gentleman who should be a patron saint of our channel, Paul Rudd and Ant-Man.
Yep.
Nick put it on the outside with 11th. I put it way on the inside at the 3rd spot. Jeff, you gave it 6th, and Dion gave it 8th.
Yeah,
So,
I was trying to do everything overall, and I was like, what? It's like it was difficult. It was difficult.
Have you seen that movie yet, Dion?
She has not. She talks a lot of shit about watching stuff, and I'm just like, whatever.
No, but she yelled at us because we watched it without her. Remember?
Yeah. Well, remember what I said then? I was like, she's not gonna fucking watch this. She keeps making excuses not to watch it. I say, fuck her, dude. Fuck her. Yo, Watkins. Fuck yo.
Well, it worked.
yeah, I'm not gonna apologize for how much I love that movie and how great I think it is.
Nor am I.
They're both
Three
so much fun. They're both
Three is
really good.
intense, though. No, you have it 3rd. That's pretty intense.
Yeah, well, you know what? Fuck it. I can do what I want. It's my rankings. 6th place comes to us from Captain America once again, The Winter Soldier. So that is our 6th ranked film. Jeff placed it 4th. Dion placed it 6th. Nick has placed it 7th. I placed it 10th. Although it has been creeping up every time I watch it, I like it more and more each time. So if we do these again in another year, who knows where it'll be? Our 5th movie is another, yet again, Captain America movie, Captain America 3, Civil War. That is our 5th overall movie. I have it 7th. Nick's got it 6th. Dion's got it 4th. Jeff's got it 2nd.
I do stand by that.
Yeah, I remember when we did this the first time, I was kind of wrong about those movies. I'll admit that. And I've come around, and they're actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
Dude, the final battle between Iron Man and Captain America in that silo. Good. Oh my god! And then you got Black Panther on the outside with
Zemo.
Yeah, I keep wanting to call him Arnim Zola, but he's dead. But yeah, Baron Zemo, because in the comic book, Zemo and Zola, and they're all alive and they're all dumb. Jack Kirby was the best, but those characters
with the stupidest fucking costume of all the villains in all of Marvel.
You know how he got that stupid costume? Dion, don't tell Nick and Kenda. Would you like to guess how Baron Zemo got that costume?
He stole it.
Nick?
Time travel.
It got glued to his fucking head.
Oh, God, wow. Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's super adhesive. It can't come off.
Good, man.
You know what did Iron Man make glue or something, or did he just jerk off? Like what happened?
It's an advanced flex seal in the Marvel universe.
Here's a picture. Let me get an old picture from back in the day when he looked really hokey. Let's see. We'll type in Jack Kirby.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
So here is a nice photo. Let me share the screen of Baron Zemo. So you remember how he looked in the movie, right, guys?
Yeah.
It's comic book form. That shit is glued to his head.
Oh God. Oh wow, that's something.
How about that?
Yeah, it's much respect for Jack Kirby, the king. Not any dig at him, but the Baron Zemo design, it got a little better.
Cool.
But that's glued to his face. Anyway, back to the Power Rangers.
He looks like an NXT wrestler.
It's Ricochet versus Zemo.
Yep.
Titles on the line.
Oh God, that's what it looks like.
Super Slam.
Super Slam Zemo.
Jeez.
Anyway, sorry.
All right, back to the power rankings. Number 4, we got Iron Man. It is our 4th rated film. Nick and I both ranked it 4th. Jeff and Dion both ranked it 5th. Solid outing by the very first MCU film.
Yeah, still holds up incredibly well.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It's very, very, very goodly. Let's see. Number 3. So we're in the top 3. Top 3, where we find Avengers Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
So Jeff's got it 7th. I've got it 6th. Dion's got it 3rd. Nick's got it 2nd, which gives it a solid 3rd place overall ranking. And then it's funny because that average score was a 4.5. Our average score for 1 and 2 is 2 and 1.5. So our number 2. So there's a jump between. It's weird. There's a 2.5 point jump between 3 and 2.
Oh
And
wow.
so our number two MCU film is The Avengers. The Avengers.
Brilliant.
Jeff's got it
brilliant.
third. Dion and me both put it second. Nick has it first.
Ooh.
It's a total score of 8, which gives us an average of 2, and it places it second. And so that means, with no further ado, our number 1 MCU film is Black Panther. No, it is. It is Infinity War. It got a first place vote from Jeff, Dion, and myself. Nick placed it third, give us an average score of 1.5. So top spot goes to Infinity War, or how Thanos got his groove back.
I'm so happy with that. That's fine.
I would love to see a Thanos and Whoopi Goldberg film.
Oh hell yeah!
What if just so you can see him snap her out of existence?
Yeah. Dude, if there's a talented editor out there, I would love for like them to edit Thanos snapping his fingers, and then shitty TV shows like The View and all these they just get snapped out of existence live. I would love that.
That'd be funny.
Oh my god.
I would not complain.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid top 10 list. Homecoming's nowhere to be found.
As
I wonder
they
why.
fucking shouldn't be.
Now, moving forward, what do you think they can do in terms of the MCU to like sell you a big crossover event? I don't think they'll ever be able to do a big crossover like this again.
I think they will. It won't be as good as this. I think this is the low.
No, like this is probably the last time they can make this kind of money with a crossover.
This is,
honestly,
this is the Marvel load that gave birth to all the children, and this is the best kids. Everything else is going to be second, third kid. You love them, but they're not as good as the first kid.
Yeah.
The first thing I would do is do not do an all women's Avengers. I think that's the first thing that
They
kill
will do.
in his fucking crib. Don't do that. You don't want to separate the fans who are from the fans who want to be, and I think that that's the first thing that you do is stop that shit from happening. Take care of it with the same gusto and importance you did with the last 11 years of Marvel. You got to give a shit. You got to invest in it. You got to trust guys like the Russo brothers. You have to trust guys like Jon Favreau, and sometimes you got to trust guys and then slap them in the face and pull the rug out from underneath them like he did Joss Whedon. You have to pay attention to this shit. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with leaving a character the way that they were in the comic book. There's nothing wrong with taking chances from every now and again. But do not fucking do an all women's Avengers just because you feel like you have to tick some boxes and appease people who don't read comic books and don't give a shit about this franchise.
Well, the thing is, it's outside of them all being women, they're all side characters. Like the ones they want to make a movie about. It's like the most out of place character in that entire movie, Endgame, was fucking Mantis when she teamed up with all of them.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it last week. What is she gonna do?
She's gonna put him
She
to
already
sleep.
helped Thanos' head once.
Right.
yeah.
Well, and not only are they side characters, but it wouldn't make any sense. It just wouldn't make any sense story-wise. What the fuck are you gonna? How do you position Mantis in a situation where she's fighting alongside the other Avengers without anything? That doesn't make any sense. And even if that was just supposed to be a glamour shot for the franchise, hey, these are all the chicks that you guys know. We put them in a scene together because they got titties. Like that. That's just if you're trying to do lip service for the sake of doing service, it doesn't make sense. That's why that scene was so cringy. It was just like, what the. The background was cool. If you're into that type of wallpaper on your shitty laptop, God bless you. But it was just like so forced, and I can't imagine a storyline where you force her and Pepper Potts into it. It's just like come the fuck on.
It's funny. I hadn't heard from Veronica in like 4 weeks, and the first thing she messaged me was, "I just saw the Avengers. That girl power scene sucked."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny.
Men, women, children of all ages, they hate that scene. That was the most forced, awkward Avengers scene ever. And like I said, I watched Infinity War twice this week, and the one in Infinity War was done perfectly. When she's like, she's not alone.
Yeah.
It was not hokey one bit because, you had Scarlett Johansson, you had the chick from The Walking Dead, and you had Scarlet Witch. And I was all for it because I like those characters.
Yep.
Again, the rah girl power moment. Even Captain Marvel being there, if she wasn't in the movie, it would have still been weird. It just felt awkward. It's like if you're in the middle of a video and it's like, we'd like to stop to talk about Audible. It's like, what?
Right.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. It was just a
pretty
very quick commercial for that. I was like, this doesn't make sense. There's this giant battle going on, and they've all stopped to pose, so they can do this.
I don't know about you guys, but I am totally looking forward to that Shuri standalone film.
Oh, is that Black Panther's sister?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I said that very facetiously. I am not looking forward to that if they do make
No, we gave you the awkward pause because we wanted to settle. It was
okay. I'm just making sure because I will shove my head through a window if they make one of those.
Oh, listen, and I don't think
could you please make a Black Panther sister movie so I can watch Kendo shove his head through a window? I missed the part where Dion didn't wipe his ass and fell out one. So. That's a true story, folks. That's a true story.
That actually happened, America. That actually happened. And I refuse to apologize for that shit, pun intended.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's just one. And again, I don't think they're actually going to do that. I think I'm sure they'll shoehorn her into another movie. But her getting her own movie, unless you have her, become the Black Panther, that's years and years and years down the fucking road. And I think hopefully by then, this bullshit is going to be, out of mind, out of sight. So.
Yeah, because I don't think they can spend this kind of money to make these movies anymore. They're gonna have to cut their budgets in half or something to make them. I mean, because they blew their load on this one, I don't think they're gonna have the same response in anything else. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with Spider-Man. That when that comes up. But
yeah, that's the one I'm interested more now post this movie, but not in the way of like, oh man, I can't wait to see more Adventures of Spider-Man. It's like, I can't wait to see how you try to excuse your way out of it's 5 years in the future and he's still in high school.
Yep.
Right. Right.
I think they did that at the end of Infinity War. It's just like, like he went back to school and he met his friend. They had a little handshake thing, and then that's how it's going to be. It's like, oh, since the world went to shit, we're going to Europe. So that's going to be how it happens.
But even so, they were sophomores in high school.
Yeah.
Fucking Flash and Ned and them should be in college. Like you can't explain that shit. Like they had a handshake, that's cool, but did they just stop going to school? So you're gonna tell me that he's 19 still in year 15? Like I think
they're basically gonna just say everyone in high school got snapped out of existence.
Maybe they just got held back.
The ones that got snapped out have to still complete their stuff and this and the other. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be, I'm sure.
It's weird. It only is with the Spider-Man movies in the MC that they mess with the timeline that pisses us off. Because remember, in the first one, it was like Avengers was 2012, and then I think they would say, 8 years in the future or 6 years later or something, and it kills the timeline. And I think they got 8 years. It should have been 6. So I got to go back and watch Home. I think
they say 6. I don't think or
yeah, it's something awkward like that, but it just doesn't. It's weird, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the audience response is to that. It's going to be interesting to see the audience response if they make it, as it goes on, because what's their plan after Spider-Man?
Nothing else. I mean, they're announcing a whole bunch of TV shows, so I think Disney eventually is just trying to get out of the movie market. Like maybe the theater going experience is just going to become the streaming service experience, and that's about it. And so you're going to get a lot of D-list character. Well, I won't call Ghost Rider a D-list character, but this new version where he rides a car instead of the motorcycle is kind of like a shittier version.
Oh, that's weird. What? Whatever.
Hispanic guy version. Seriously, he was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever.
El Diablo del Fuego.
That would be amazing. Why not just do a cool kick it? Have Robert Rodriguez direct it?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! He would do that in a heartbeat. You kidding me? Come on now.
What else? Is he
blazes around in an El Camino.
I mean, I'm sure he's still working on his channel, El Rey. So,
do they still show Miami Vice reruns?
I think they do. Do. Yeah, they're all about old stuff all the time, man. They show Quantum Leap and Miami Vice all the time.
Yeah, they show From Dusk Till Dawn like once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's that or El Dorado. What is it? No, what's the other movie he made?
It's El Dorado.
Silverado.
Yeah.
Not Silverado.
Or Desperado.
Yeah,
Desperado.
El Dorado.
El Dorado.
El Dorado, Desperado, some other kind of auto. Who cares?
Selma Hayek's tits. Just know that.
Yes, exactly.
Let's give some respect to our fans real quick. They've been waiting patiently. So Wanderer says the people who are making the Sonic movie have lost their way. Sonic looks better in a fan film made 6 years ago.
God,
I've never heard of the Sonic fan film.
I
Maybe
haven't either.
on that website you were talking about.
Well, I don't want to watch Pornhub Sonic.
That's a whole different movie.
oh
Gotta
God,
go fast. Gotta go
Gotta
fast.
come fast.
no.
Come fast.
You say gotta come fast.
Oh yeah. Gotta come.
Tails is like a multi-tooled dildo.
I know it's gonna be some furry shit for sure.
And why do you think they call him Knuckles?
Oh,
Oh, come on, you asshole.
This is a child's franchise, Kendo.
Not anymore.
Oh no. They've appropriated it.
Adulteral appropriation.
Crossbreed Azure says, Christine Chan, the creator of Sonichu, have fun. Well, Crossbreed Azure, I am well aware of the Chris Chan saga. We have all looked into the Chris Chan saga. Remember, guys, Sonichu, that yellow Pokemon Sonic ripoff?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's he's the father of Sonichu. It's crap. It's weird.
It sounds bad.
The comic is bizarre, and the story of the man is very bizarre. So if you guys just Google it. It's really weird. 007 Cloud says, I'd listen to you guys laugh for 20 minutes. All right, you guys ready? It's 9:52 or 8:52 for Kendo. So let's keep laughing. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Wanderer says, I have a bit of a bone to pick with Endgame. What they did to Thor in this movie pisses me off. Guys, let's talk about it for a moment.
I get it. I enjoy them showing the weight of what happened on Thor, and the fat thing was funny. But yeah,
Dude, that was a terrible joke.
Him going.
That was not punny.
That's why I love you guys. Yeah, him going in the battle looking like shit pissed me off too. I hated him looking like an inner tube in armor and that shitty beard. I was just like, God damn it, man, that's just not cool. That was I didn't like
Yeah, I was hoping like lightning would strike and maybe change him over, and it's like, oh, okay, he's back to normal Thor.
No, what they should have done was, knowing they were gearing up for the battle, they should have put him on like a
or fucking what is the other workout, the crazy ass workout called?
Oh, P90X.
No, it's I forget what it's
Tybo?
there you go. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, they could have had Billy Blank show up and train him into shape.
That'd have been hilarious.
Missed opportunity.
Yes. I do look. I love the joke of Fat Thor when they get the new Asgard, but after that, it kind of peter out quickly.
It did.
Little bit.
It did. I mean, in a vacuum, it was funny, but I'm just like, fuck, man. How do you expect chubby Thor to win a fight for you? And that just kind of it takes you out of that final. So you're just like, God damn, he's fat. What is happening?
My favorite thing is all the people on the internet complaining about, oh, they're fat shaming Thor. It's like he's a fictional character.
Well, not only that, it's
he's a
like
fictional character.
there's a reason why people who get into fucking wars are not fat. Like there's, I hate to break it to you guys, but this fat superhero thing that's apparently going to happen in the next couple of years is going to suck because no one's going to win a fight when they're out of breath and can't fucking fight.
Unless their name is Butterbean.
Right. And if that weren't the case for everyone getting all butthurt about it, the motherfucker would have been fat from the jump. There's a reason why it wasn't, because it makes a lot more sense when you can actually run a half mile and not fucking throw up.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if never mind. Never mind. We'll talk about that off air.
All right.
Demogenai says, my sister skipped Captain Marvel on purpose. She didn't like the Endgame girl power moment either. Also, check out my latest video on Darth Vader. Folks, that is the Demogenai channel. He came all the way from New Jersey to Chicago to meet us and have a wonderful time at the fan hangout. So, Demogenai, shout out to you. Thank you very much. And I will check your video out. I got to watch the Charisma on Command one first, and then I'll watch your Darth Vader video. Red Monarch says, "Hail WCBS and Fandom Menace. R.I.P. the one and only Chewie." Yeah,
That's right, man.
Yep.
So, is there anything else we need to say about Endgame?
I can't really think of anything. I
No.
said it during the review. I'll say it again. It was so goddamn funny to see Thanos bitch slap Captain Marvel so hard she was out of the fucking movie into the funeral. That was
Yep.
all.
Blasted into orbit.
I used that in the video.
Oh, dude, it was God. Yeah, she was Captain MacGuffin is what she was.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to hear a funny Endgame story?
I
Yes.
would.
Spoiler alert: Cable company airs pirated version of Avengers Endgame in the Philippines. The local theater has already filed lawsuit against the provider. Will Disney follow? And this comes from
Yes.
techspot.com.
I
Avengers. Here we go. I'm going to read you this whole story.
All right.
Avengers Endgame is completely sold out through the weekend, so you're just channel surfing instead. All of a sudden, you see a trailer for it, but it's not a trailer. It's a janky video that someone took the entire movie in the theater of. How could this be? That is exactly what thousands of cable customers in the Philippines must have been saying the day after opening night. A Philippine cable company provider may be in hot water after airing a bootlegged copy of Avengers Endgame. Orient Cable, the primary cable television service in Diplog City in the Philippines, showed a pirated version of the record-breaking Marvel movie only one day after it premiered last Wednesday. Not only that,
Oops.
it was not even a decent quality recording. Philippine news agency notes that the now cable provider is being sued by Teatro de Dapitan, a local theater chain in the Zamboanga del Norte district. It claims that not only did the Orient Cable break copyright laws, including the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines, the Anti-Camcording Act, and the Cybercrime Prevention Act, it damaged the theater's ticket sales by airing the movie to the public. Orient has not commented on the matter, so it's anyone's guess to why anyone in charge would allow such a thing. It's too early to say if Disney will pursue legal action against the cable provider. Despite the film's pirating, it broke 144 box office records. It's highly unlikely that Orient Cable hurt Disney's bottom line on the production, but that doesn't even leave it in the clear.
Oh, God.
Dude.
Yeah, I
Leave
mean,
it to our brothers in Southeast Asia to fucking show a
Oh,
pirated version on TV, which I would bet assholes to elbows that it was some kid got it online, and whoever was in charge of putting the scheduling together slid that shit in there for his homies. That's fucking awesome.
well, and also like it's probably a shit like handycam version. I doubt that would cut into any sales for anybody, because anybody who would watch it for a few minutes would probably be like, if they get motion sickness, just turn it off.
Or it makes them
And-
want to go see it in theaters.
Yeah, oh
Right.
yeah, and then it would make them want to go buy a ticket and actually go watch it, because like I've seen handycam video of movies. It is never good and never fun. Either the volume sucks. There's always some dude with an afro somehow in every fucking copy of those handycam movies, in the way, always just standing up, like looking at his phone or playing with himself, like all the fucking time. I don't know what it is, but there's all that always happens, and it's fucking weird.
Would you like to know what the Anti-Camcorder Act is from the
Yes.
official Philippines law?
Yes, please tell us.
Republic Act number 10088, an act to prohibit and penalize the unauthorized use, possession, and or control of audiovisual recording devices for the unauthorized recording of cinematographic, that's an odd word, films and other audiovisual works and or their soundtracks in an exhibition facility, providing penalties therefore and for other purposes. And that came out, or that was what passed in 2010, I believe.
Jeez. Well, yeah, like it's not. Yeah, the Philippines and Russia and places like that, they're the ones who are going to like record that shit on a handycam and upload it immediately to the internet. They always do that shit.
Yeah, I remember I saw Tropic Thunder like that, but then I ended up. I bought
It's
it.
not good. It's not good at all. I mean, yeah, you get to watch it early, but it's a shit copy.
I forgot to say this last night, Kendo. I saw Quantum of Solace on a bootleg the
Nice.
Monday before I saw it in theaters.
That's how I saw Avengers for the very first time, was a bootleg.
What? Oh, you did tell me that story.
Yeah, no, I'll tell it again for posterity's sake. And it was when I was working at that school up there in by Ferguson, and yeah, good times. And one of the days we were doing movie day, and this kid comes in, he's like, "Hey, can we watch we're watching a movie today, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Can we watch this one?" And it was like a blank CD, and I'm like, "Well, what is it?" And he goes, "It's the Avengers." I'm like, the movie just came out like Friday. How do you have a copy of that? And he's like, oh, I bought it. I was like, all right, well, let me make absolutely sure this is what it is, because it's a blank. I don't trust it.
Yeah, of course.
On my off hour, I put it in the DVD player. I was watching. It's like, holy shit, this is the Avengers. Yes, we will watch this.
Did you at least skim the whole video just to make sure there wasn't just porn just popped up?
Yeah. I put it on the fast forward, seeking thing, and went through the entire thing, making sure it was. I mean, there was only a few instances of people standing up and blocking the view, but yeah, I was like, all right, we're watching the Avengers today.
That's awesome.
Our friend Etep the place to be review, says, "What up, Muff Daddy and the rest of the crew?" And he gives us the Go Web Go sign, aka the double one. What up, Etep Quinn? I hope to see you on Wednesday night on our Collectors Hangout live stream. And a shout out to everybody that's been sending me stuff to the P.O. Box. I'm going to try to sit down. I have to break it into 6 sections.
Cool.
Yeah, I got 60 packages worth of shit that I have to deal with. All right. So we had a $2 super chat that was just retracted from somebody. I was getting ready to read it, and it popped away as soon as I was about to read it. So thank you anyway for your message. Now, I wanted to ask this. Does Endgame... So it's one of your... what other superhero movies do you rank above Endgame? Not just MCU, but overall superhero movies.
Fuck. Above... Shit, I think I got. You know what?
I don't think I can rank anything above it. I mean, that's it's the conclusion, culmination of 11 years of characters coming together. I mean, is there anything that can be above it?
There are things that are close to it. I think. If anything,
close to it. Oh, definitely. I'm sure.
I mean, I when you take into account importance of when it came out, what it meant at the time, and its pop culture relevancy. Superman comes to mind. I think Superman, when you take all that into account, I think Superman is bigger because, that came out in the 70s. That, and Christopher Reeve's perfect portrayal of the Man of Steel, I think, needs to be, is up there. Again, in its totality, I think you can make the argument that Superman is better.
Batman.
You know what? I love 89. I think at the very least, it ties with Endgame. Fuck. I mean, it's I fucking love 89. I think Batman's definitely at least ties with it, especially the backlash when everyone found out that it was going to be Michael Keaton, and then they saw the preview and it fucking.
Oh, I was asking this for your personal taste, what do you like more than Endgame?
Oh, Batman.
Not personal taste. I don't think I like
not cultural relevancy. I like Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
Begins, The Dark Knight.
I don't know. Probably, I would say Iron Man because I really love the first one a lot. It was. I remember the commercials. I remember the trailers and everything. That the movie exceeded my expectations, and it was a damn good time. So I would say that.
I don't think. I mean, anything more. I think the only thing I like more is Infinity War and Civil War. Anything else, I think.
Blade.
I love Blade, but not more than Endgame, dude. I fucking love Blade, but god damn, I love it.
One time, and you liked it a lot. But wait, 10 years. What will you watch more? Probably Blade, because that movie means a lot to you.
That's a fair point. 10 years, you never know. But god damn, do I love fucking Endgame?
Last year, when we were going on about this Black Panther bullshit, you're like, fucking Blade did it first. Dude, we've had Blade discussions our entire friendship. That movie is so big of a deal to you. And it was fun. We all liked it. It's ranked highly on our list. But, dude, in your heart of hearts, Blade means so much more to you than Avengers Endgame, which is a very fun movie. But Blade is part of your identity. That'd be like me saying, well, I had a great time with that game, but Spider-Man 2 wasn't as good because whatever. I'm like, no, fuck, I'll watch Spider-Man 2 any day over Avengers Endgame. Fuck, over the whole MCU. That's my favorite superhero movie. Batman.
And I do not disagree with anything you said, but I truly, truly fucking love Endgame. Just fucking sitting there. It's like watching a crazy comic storyline unfold in front of me with some of my favorite actors. It was just so goddamn fun. And again, I fucking love the shit out of Blade. But
do you think that a lot of these Avengers actors are going to go on to have these other big careers unless they came in, like Paul Rudd, Robert Downey Jr., Batista, other people had careers prior to this? Do you think that the Avengers, I think Chris Hemsworth is the only actor to be elevated by the Avengers. Everyone else was in shit already.
Yeah, because I think before that, he did 2 movies that didn't get released until he was Thor. What was it? Cabin in the Woods
and
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn, yeah, that's what it was. They were sitting on a shelf until Thor came out, and they're like, "Oh shit, everybody knows who he is. Oh, we'll release these now too." So yeah,
because he was just the Star Trek guy for like a hot minute.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I think he's the only one that's elevated. I think everyone else is gonna be, they'll go on and do, the same shit they were doing before the Marvel films and during the Marvel films. I don't think anyone's gonna be put on the mat because of Marvel films. I think you're not gonna have that happen again for a while. But yeah, he's probably the biggest benefactor, I think, from the Marvel movies.
Well, I mean, if you look at Tom Holland, he's got that movie with Daisy Ridley that's getting ripped apart, and they have to like reshoot.
Oh, they're reshooting the shit out of it.
That's an embarrassment. Have you heard that story, Nick?
Oh, what is it?
Hold on. Talk about Tom Holland and why, whatever, and I'll look it up.
Razy Diddley.
Well, I mean, Tom
Crazy.
Holland.
I know when Tom Holland. Yeah. Okay.
It's hilarious because, again, he came in late, so I'm not going to shit on Tom Holland, but I think he'll definitely have a push off. He'll have a career. He'll have more shit asked of him because of this, and obviously he's still got Spider-Man. So
here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Daisy Ridley and Tom Holland's sci-fi drama Chaos Walking is apparently unreleasable.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why Tom Holland wasn't at the Avengers Endgame premiere in Los Angeles this week. He's currently in the middle of extensive reshoots. Actually, excuse me, it says expensive reshoots for Doug Liman's dystopian thriller Chaos Walking, a movie that is in such rough shape it's reportedly unreleasable.
Oh,
Edge of Tomorrow director Lyman and Holland are on location for reshoots of Chaos Walking, which are expected to last a few weeks. It's unclear whether Star Wars' Daisy Ridley, who co-stars in the film, is there as well. The young adult sci-fi film has already cost Lionsgate over $100 million. The studio bought the rights for Patrick Ness's book trilogy as the next Hunger Games series in 2011. But the company is having to spend millions more. Employees told the Wall Street Journal that the film has turned out so poorly it was deemed unreleasable by executives.
I'm watching the trailer right now. I'm watching it right. Wait, no, this is not the trailer. Fuck it. They've put me scenes together. Sorry, because like I see Daisy Ridley from Star Wars. I'm like, fuck it. It's on the trailer.
Listen to this. Chaos Walking centers around a young man named Todd Hewitt who lives on an Earth-like colony planet where almost all women were killed off by a virus, and the remaining men are plagued by a condition called the noise, where they can hear each other's thoughts. Played out through a series of images, words, and sounds, as corrupt mayor of the colony tries to use the power to wipe out the indigenous alien race, Todd comes across a woman named Viola, played by Ridley, who holds the clue to saving everyone. The film was originally set to come out in March of 2019, but Lionsgate has pushed it back to make way for the reshoots. No release date has been announced.
This sounds horrible.
Yeah, this is a terrible idea.
Jesus. Listen, what is it? The book I listened to a while ago, Night of the Living Trekkies. Make that into a fucking movie. That's a fun fucking book. Make that into a goddamn movie. Make it into a miniseries. Do something with it. There's so much good shit in that book.
How does that make you feel, Nick?
I listened to the whole thing and I really, really loved it. It was a fun story. I'm not a big Star Trek dude. I know the basics of the lore and everything, and of the universe. But
wait, I've seen you dressed up in a Starfleet uniform as a kid.
We won't go there. That's for after hours. Anyways, but no, I mean, I loved the book, and it was really well done. It's you have alien zombies slowly taking over a what was it? It's a Star Trek convention in like Texas, and things get crazier and crazier. They have to use the skills they have to get out of the hotel and and save themselves and try not to get nuked. Really, really fun book. I highly recommend it if you're into if that's your thing. But they need to turn that into something, because that book's been out for a while, and I'm surprised nobody's optioned that to be anything, because it's so much fun, man. So much fun.
Well, like the article says, the next Hunger Games. Hollywood is always going for the next whatever was popular. So for the last, 7 years, we've been the next shared universe to rival the MCU, and we've never had a successful one.
Here's the thing. You had the money, the backing, and the pull of Disney. It's never going to happen again. it may happen in like 50 years, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. It's going to take, oh man, it's going to take something. It's going to take something crazy to at least match it. I don't think they'll top it.
I think it's not even to do with the money. I think it's one, people are kind of blown out by Endgame.
Yeah.
Two,
yeah.
you need to start at the beginning. DC did not. They're like, hey, we're going to skip over 10 years of character development. We're going to give you Justice League. It's like, no.
Yeah, and I mean, they're better off just focusing on single movies. Like Aquaman was a lot of fun. Shazam was great, but like come out with the single movies, and so I guess even slower than Marvel, bring them together. I guess if you even want to. In all reality, you shouldn't. You should just do single characters.
You know, Dion, who would make a great movie in the DCEU?
Ooh, hit me.
Jonah Hex.
That I mean, a redo is sure as shit in need. That's for damn sure.
With Thanos himself, Josh Brolin, and Megan Fox. Tell me that wouldn't make a
Jesus, Megan Fox. Where the fuck is she now? In a cardboard box? Where the hell is she?
She lives next door to Lindsay Lohan.
Shit, you're not kidding.
Jimmy Riddle, thank you very much for your super chat. Am I the only one sick of seeing clips and trailers that aren't in the film? I was blown away by ScarJo's mag change. It was never in the movie. Oh, the pew pew gun meme. Yeah, I noticed that the other day myself. How do you guys feel about that when they put shit in the trailer that's never going to be in the movie?
I hate that.
We've seen that with the Star Wars movies for I don't know, ever since the new ones came out. Like it's happened. So I'm used to it now. I mean, it's like whatever. I just and even then, Endgame, I was just happy for the conclusion, happy for the ending. So that's mainly what I'm about. Is just like, okay, it's over. You blew your load. I liked it. It was a good movie. All right, on to the next thing now.
Nothing new. They've always had trailers with shit in it that don't make it in the final cut.
Yeah, man.
I'm not a fan either. Infinity War had the scene with the Hulk in Wakanda. Not in the movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm not a fan of that myself, Jimmy.
What kind of shit is that?
Go.
Get out, please.
Hey, Dion got one. I had to get mine in.
So, speaking of going home, I think it's time to put this episode to bed. So, folks, thank you for listening to World Class Bullshitters episode 171. If you're a fan of this stream, make sure you give it a thumbs up and share it all over social media. It will be archived on the Good Morning Pop Culture channel. So if you guys want to listen to this show, you got to catch it live, and we archive it over there. It'll be on Podbean, Stitcher Radio, iTunes. Everywhere there's a podcast, you will be able to find this show in the morning. If you're a patron, we're going to get off of here, and we're going to go record World Class Bullshitters After Hours. So we're going to do the entire MCU list. We're going to get into the deeper cuts of the MCU and probably argue with each other over some bullshit. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Yep. And then I will be back later, as in next week, with a new video. So I just want to thank everybody who makes these videos possible. I mean, seriously, guys, as we're sitting right now, the video came out on Monday. Can we take a guess where it's at?
On our channel.
Yes.
Exactly. 250,000. I don't know.
424 in 3 days.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I'd like to give a personal thank you to everyone out there. So in the meantime, folks, be on the lookout for that. Check out our older content. And as always, be excellent to each other.